Candace Owens has stirred public discussion by openly criticizing AIPAC and questioning how much influence Israel has in American politics.
By the way, there's a term for it. It's called realpolitiking.
Realpolitiking?
Yeah, so I did
That's
like
all I want. I
foreign
just wanna
policy
know.
paper. It's like I'd rather know that we're working with cartels in South America because we are, right?
Yeah.
And like that's cool, CIA, like whatever. Just like please stop the pretentious. Oh, you're fair. Oof. Oof,
Yeah,
that's the
scoffing.
American government. It's the scoffing. We would never. Yes, you would. Yes, you have, and yes, you are. And people that know realpolitiking.
Let me look at realpolitiking.
Yeah.
Is the approach of conducting diplomatic or political policies based primarily on considerations of given circumstances and factors rather than strictly following ideological, moral, or ethical premises.
Right. And so if they're like, yeah, here's the thing, cartels are getting big in the South. And so, yeah, morally, we shouldn't work with the cartels. But also, if we let the cartels keep growing and El Chapo keep growing, then you know what? Then Mexico could become stronger than us. So we're going to do deals with the cartel. Like that's realpolitik, right?
Or say, yeah, Israel is we are partners to the end, and this is how it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of conflicted about Trump, like with his stance on Gaza, right? To me, that's like,
I totally disagree with him on it. And it's like, it's hard to reconcile it in many ways. It's hard to reconcile because I see so much hypocrisy in terms of when we say America first, for whatever reason, we have this magic carve out. And you cannot pretend that that's not because AIPAC spends $100 million in our election. And this gets back to what we were talking about, whether it's Big Pharma, whether it's Israel, everyone's for sale in DC. And so I have been very disappointed with Trump on his perspectives about Gaza. I have been disappointed, by the way, he's the last person I'm disappointed with because I've been disappointed, as we saw all last year, with the conservatives, people that say they're Christians who are condoning this on the basis of what? Like you're saying, oh, well, they're Muslims, so who cares? And that gets into our programming, which I've spoken about in my podcast of this 9/11 programming where we just don't see Muslims as like human life. And to me, to speak about Gaza and talking about casinos and hotels, and these people just lost their entire families. Yeah. It's so far removed from humanity, and I think it's wrong. And I'm tired of America being used as Israel's piggyback. You know, for whatever reason, everyone can critique every other country for taking money from us, and then there's just everyone's blind when it comes to Israel. And obviously, I paid a very heavy price for saying that last year, but I don't care because I am truly someone whose values have never been up for sale. Like I don't care. I will burn everything to the ground and rebuild it. I have to be able to like sleep at night and to see those Palestinian children, and the images are seared into my brain. The screaming, the crying, the bleeding, the stuff that we saw on X for the first time, largely thanks to Elon freeing the bird and really realizing how much we had been lied to about what was happening in that region. It was very easy for me to say, take whatever you have to take from me. I have to be on like the human side of things.
I think it's become both sides of the aisle now just see that, yeah, human people just feel like this is that it's just wrong.
Of course.
What's happened is wrong. Like probably a year ago, people were afraid to even say that. And now it is what everybody is saying. Like even Piers Morgan is saying it on his show now. Like people are saying it's obvious that you can't go and annihilate and genocide this culture and make them disappear. And then Trump to come on top of it and say they're going to build, you're going to go on a lazy river where there's bodies of like, who could even go to that?
And what's so crazy is the mainstream media thinking that we're so stupid that they're going to condition us to believe that to not support the ethnic cleansing, they're then going to mine our like preconditioned beliefs about the Holocaust and be like, oh, well, you know, a Jewish person died. So like, if you don't agree with what we're doing over here, then you're a person that wants more Jewish people to die. It's like, this is an evil way to try to socially engineer what you want, because actually it's precisely because of what I learned growing up about Holocaust and ethnic cleansings that I do not support what the state of Israel is doing. And you're trying to convince me that it means that if anybody's been wronged in the past, they can't wrong people in the future. You're also wrongly conflating like a Jewish American. Why? You have nothing to do with what's going on in Israel. This is a foreign country. You know, no more than if right now we were standing up to a genocide that was happening in Ghana. Yeah. And then when I'm going to be like, oh, well, if you don't support what, you know, the president of Ghana wants to do, then you want American slavery back. I'm like, it's like, what are you talking about? Just because I'm black and like maybe my family is from Ghana, why on earth would I not be able to critique a foreign country for something that they're doing that is so objectively wrong? Yeah. And so it's disappointed me as someone who just had so much respect and belief in the conservative movement and believing that it was a principled movement, and Christians as well. I've been very disappointed in Christians who are trying to use this like biblical argument for just, well, no matter what, like, you know.
Are people doing that?
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It is very sick. They're basically saying that the Bible's, the Bible will bless those who bless Israel. And I'm like, okay, so we have a country who first and foremost doesn't have to give us back our pedophiles. Literally, they have this weird rule that you can go if you're Jewish and hide as a pedophile. And actually an amazing Jewish organization did the work there. You could pull it up. I think it was on CBS. I forgot what the name of the Jewish organization, but they went to Israel and was like, why are we harboring pedophiles?
So there was a Jewish organization that they had pedophiles.
They did amazing. No, they were not the pedophiles. They did the investigation to show how people are using, how like people who have molested children in America, if they're Jewish, they can then make their trip to Israel and be protected by the government. And Israel doesn't have to they literally don't have to,
exposing
CBS News, that second one.
How Jewish American
You
pedophiles
will not find a single person who says that that's wrong.
hide from justice in Israel. But can't they hide? Can't most people say if you are, so these are people that are Israeli citizens?
No, they can then become Israeli. So they're American, right? So if they just if they're being on a trial, you get to Israel, they'll protect you. And so they went to where all these, pedophiles are and spoke a lot about, this, or I can't remember the name of the organization, but they did amazing work.